So in order to get the scatter signal, this does drop from the Star-Crossed exotic mission. This mission is a part of the exotic mission rotator in the Legends tab. There are 5 exotic missions that rotate on a weekly basis. So if this mission is not available the week you're looking to run this mission, unfortunately you have to wait for the week that it is available. You can also run this mission as many times as you want until you get the role you want, or until you get all the red borders that you need for the scatter signal. You do also get 3 red borders guaranteed from this mission, but unfortunately there are 2 different weapon sets that drop from this mission, and you do only get 1 weapon drop per run after your first initial runs for the pinnacle reward. Meaning, every time you run this mission, you're only going to get 1 weapon to drop, and with there being 2 different weapon sets, getting a scatter signal to drop, not only getting a red border to drop, or even a good roll, is pretty slim. But if you do want this weapon, unfortunately, that is the only way that you can get it at this time. Like I said, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here to give you this information. It is a stupid system that Bungie has, unfortunately. Just here to clear any confusion that you have. Now, getting into the actual weapon itself, this is a Strand Rapid Frame Fusion Rifle. In the barrel, I like Arrowhead Brake for the extra handling and stability. In the battery, I like Enhanced Battery for the increased magazine size. But there's also accelerated and liquid coils that are good options. Getting into the actual perks on this weapon, in the first perk slot, the main 2 options to choose from is going to be Overflow and Slice. Now, Overflow will overfill this weapon's magazine upon capacity when you pick up special or heavy ammo. Slice will make it so when you use your class ability, your next 5 hits are going to sever enemies. Enemies that are affected by the Sever debuff are going to deal 40% less damage. So if you're using Hunter, for example, where you are going to have your class ability quite often, I would recommend using Slice. However, me personally, I am a big fan of Overflow, especially because I use this weapon for DPS purposes for the most part. So that is why I choose Overflow. I'm not really that crazy about Slice personally. I mean, you can't disregard taking 40% less damage from an enemy. I mean, that debuff is just pretty crazy. And in the second perk slot, you want Controlled Burst. Controlled Burst grants a 20% damage buff and a 10% decrease in charge time upon landing every shot in a burst with this weapon, making this a good DPS option and a champion melting machine. This weapon also has the Dragon's Vengeance origin trait, which refills ammo from reserves, decreases charge time, and gives increased range and handling. And this happens when an ally dies or you reach critical health. So when you're doing an activity and a Guardian goes down, or you also just get to low health, you're going to have that increased range and handling, that decreased charge time, and you're going to have your ammo from the reserves automatically be loaded into your weapon. So do you really need Overflow on this weapon because of this perk? Not really, because a lot of the time in activities, you're probably going to reach critical health anyway, but I always still run Overflow. However, Slice is there. This is just my opinions on this weapon and how to get it. But that is it on how to get this weapon and what rolls I like on it. Once again, this is a great fusion rifle. Probably is my favorite fusion rifle in the game, especially because it goes in the kinetic slot. I can pair a good energy weapon to go with it. Scatter Signal is a great fusion rifle. One of the best fusion rifles in the game, in my opinion. Definitely get your hands on this weapon. That's it for the video. We will see you all in the next one, alright? Uppers.